All right, so this is a review I'm really excited about. I said it in my last video when I reviewed the Roman Reigns figure that I had just dipped my toe into collecting wrestling figures, and I actually bought quite a bit. There were others that I could have done first, but this is the one I'm most excited for. It's like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And this is the Figures Toy Company Legends of Professional Wrestling New Jack. And wow, this is so cool, man. Shout out to Figures Toy Company. It's really cool with their Legends of Professional Wrestling line there. They got a lot of wrestlers. Yeah, I think maybe Sandman might be next on my list. And they also have a ton of wrestling accessories. All of these accessories you see here are also from Figures Toy Company, except for the chain around his neck. But and then I'll just flip around the box for you, which has a nice picture of the figure here, which the face is great. You know, it captures New Jack's snarl. It's got the scars from the cuts on his forehead. And then it's got a nice write-up. Pro Wrestling's original gangster. New Jack is one of the most feared men to ever set foot in the squared circle. Controversial and dangerous, New Jack is one of the most familiar faces in hardcore wrestling history. He's taken on the most extreme athletes and is not afraid to put his own body on the line in the heat of battle. Armed with an arsenal of weapons ranging from garbage cans to guitars. Got to get a guitar for that. Or just for him to hold. New Jack will go to any length to get the victory. When he rushes to the ring to the beat of his unmistakable rap theme, which is this right here, Natural Born Killers, obviously everybody knows that, and it was such an over entrance music. Opponents know that they're in for the fight of their lives. New Jack is one wrestling star you don't want to cross paths with. And I love that he came into Natural Born Killers, man. Oh my God, like that was like the Stone Cold glass breaking, or Brock Lesnar's music going off, or Roman Reigns, like the pop that he used to get when that song started playing. And for a lot of his matches, they just let the full song play while he was wrestling throughout the whole match. Like that's how over Natural Born Killers was for New Jack. And then you can see on the box here, it shows you some of the other wrestlers. Blue Meanie, PJ Polacco, Jim Cornette, Brian Myers, Doc Gallows, Nick and Matt Jackson, rising stars of wrestling. So, yeah, they got a bunch. They got a Sandman. They got a bunch of cool figures. So I really, really like this line. It's soft, the figure, but it's kind of stiff at the same time, you know what I mean? It's not the most advanced articulation, but it works, you know? I'm not going to pose him into crazy poses anyway, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is pretty much how I'm going to pose him, just standing pretty much straight up and down with the garbage can next to him. And you can see the camo pants and black tank top outfit. That's what he comes with. He also comes with this piece here of wood, this 2x4, which you can put in his hand. I have right now the baseball bat there. I thought this would look better because it's a little taller, sticking out of the garbage can. I got a barbed wire baseball bat, a chain, a kendo stick, a hockey stick, and a regular baseball bat. And so, you know, what I'm going to do is also get the guitar because he liked to smash a lot of people over the head with the guitar. New Jack is, you know, one crazy mother, man. You know what I mean? Like coke-fueled insanity, basically. He would definitely snort a bunch of rails before he got into any of these matches. And he would just dive off of crazy, insane heights and just put his body at risk, like it says on the write-up here. And he's famous for some crazy-ass things that went on, where it was, you know, the mass transit incident where some 17-year-old big fat kid talked his way into a wrestling match, said he was trained, I think, by Killer Kowalski, They thought he was over in his 20s. Turns out he was 17 years old, and he was supposed to get cut in the match. New Jack cut him, but I guess he dug it a little too deep, and it cut an artery, and the kid was bleeding all over the place. The father pressed charges, and New Jack had to go to court for it. But he beat it because the kid, was dishonest and shouldn't have been even there, let alone in the ring wrestling with grown men at 17 years old. So that's the mass transit incident. I recommend anybody who's interested or has a little bit of interest in New Jack to check out the Dark Side of the Ring episode on New Jack, The Life and Crimes of New Jack. Really excellent. There was another incident with Vic Grimes where they were going to jump off a pretty high spot. Vic Grimes got, second thoughts and scared to do it in the middle of the pay-per-view. And basically New Jack kind of just said, we're going, and pulled him off there, and wound up, Vic Grimes landed on top of him, and New Jack cracked his skull. He was in the hospital for several months. Vic Grimes never called him or anything. And then New Jack comes back, and they have a rematch, and they have a scaffold match where they're 40 feet in the air. And New Jack went and bought a taser and tased him a couple times and then tossed him off the scaffold 40 feet in the air, and he got lucky and bounced off the top rope and back into the ring. But New Jack was basically trying to kill him. He from the fall before, he really messed New Jack up. He cracked his skull. He lost a lot of vision in that eye. So New Jack was pissed, and he tossed him off the scaffold. Luckily, Vic Grimes' injuries weren't that bad. And then another incident was with Gypsy Joe, this 69-year-old man, that's been around since the 50s, billed himself as the man who didn't feel any pain. And, he kind of tried to sun New Jack, just listen to me, boy, and I'll show you what to do or whatever. And New Jack didn't like that, wound up beating the shit out of him. I guess it was in some little school auditorium or something where they were just, throwing him into the chairs. He hit him with a barbed wire baseball bat, which is why I got this barbed wire baseball bat. He beat him up pretty good in front of the crowd. The crowd got pissed off at him. And then another incident with this dude, what's his name? Hunter Red, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Something Red or whatever. Guy, punches New Jack square in the face as soon as they lock up. Couple of times, I think. And New Jack just put him in a headlock, and he had a knife in his pocket, and he stabbed him about 9 times in the middle of the ring, at a smaller independent event, But those are some crazy things, that happened. And New Jack got his start with Jim Cornette right here, with Smoky Mountain. He was part of the tag team, the Gangsters, with Mustafa Saeed. And then, of course, from Smoky Mountain, they went over to ECW, and he became ECW Legends, tag team champions at Smoky Mountain. And they went over to ECW and caused a whole bunch of havoc. This is probably the most hardcore wrestler in history, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody might have their favorites as far as hardcore wrestlers go, but New Jack was a dude you really did not want to fuck with. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, as crazy as all the stories are about New Jack, when you listen to him tell the story, each instant the other guy did something to really disrespect him. And New Jack was like a stand-up type of guy that wasn't going to let anybody walk all over him. Including Vince McMahon, you know what I mean? When the WWE gave him a tryout, he went down there, they told him, whatever you do, don't say anything to Vince McMahon. He went right up to him, said, I'm New Jack, thank you for having me up here. And I guess Vince McMahon doesn't want any of the new guys to talk to him or whatever, and he basically took him off the card. So, instead of staying there like the rest of them did in gorilla position to watch the show, he bounced to a seafood restaurant across the street, So that's what I love about New Jack. He kissed no man's ass. You know what I mean? He didn't agree with that go along to get along way that they look at the wrestling business. You know what I mean? Where wrestlers are just gonna kiss ass to get over. That was not New Jack. He refused to do that for anybody. This guy was a bounty hunter. You know what I'm saying? For 10 years before he was a wrestler. So he's about 250, 60 pounds. Guy was one tough dude. You know what I mean? So he had 10 years as a bounty hunter. Going out there, and then he broke into the wrestling business after that. So the figure just comes with the shirt, the pants, and this 2x4. Everything else I purchased from Figures Toy Company as well. All of these items are like $2.99, $3.99. So you can have basically an Ultimates version of New Jack for pretty cheap. You know what I mean? I went and got this comes with the figure. I went and got the chain. You can see here the barbed wire baseball bat, hockey stick, kendo stick, and the regular baseball bat. I also took one of my old broken chains and I made it into a chain for him. And I also purchased a Tupac style bandana from Figures Toy Company. It's like $2.99. You know what I mean? Because he did wear that backwards bandana. So yeah, you know what I mean? This is my own version of this is my custom version of New Jack, basically. And I love this figure. I like the looks of this figure. I think it captures. I didn't like the ECW figures, which are rare. They're like $300, like $150 to between $150 and $300. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get that figure, but that's to me, it's kind of a cartoony figure, that one, where this one looks more like a real deal articulated figure. And I think this one looks more like New Jack. You know what I mean? They definitely capture his face and that snarl that he used to do. So so you could just see, you get the armband comes with it as well. And this is how he used to come out. He used to come out most of the time dragging a garbage can with a whole bunch of weapons in it. And I'm going to add 2 more to it. I'm going to get him a guitar because he always hit people over the head with a guitar, and then he would mimic like he was playing it. That was great, And a crutch, because he hits people over the head with crutches. So you could get the crutch from Figures. Figures Toy Company has a bunch of accessories. I don't know if I saw any guitars there, but I could pop a guitar off of eBay or Mercari or something. But what a nice figure this is, man. You know what I mean? And I'm so excited that I was really able to jazz this figure up and add all of these accessories to really make it look even more like New Jack. You know what I mean? I love having the bandana on him. That really, look at that, man. You know what I'm saying, man? That looks like him, bro. Awesome, man. So, anyway, that's about it on this. Go out. If you like this, go get you some New Jack. Legends of Professional Wrestling from Figures Toy Companies. Awesome, man.
To the mind of a maniac, doomed to be be a killer since I came out the nutsack. I'm in a murderous mind state with a heart full of terror. I see the devil in the mirror. Buck, lights out. Cause when I grab my sword off, niggas get hauled off. Barrel 1, touch your motherfucking flesh. Barrel 2, touch your fucking heart at your chest. You see, I'm quick to let the hammer go click on my Tech 9, so if you try to wreck mine, fool, it's your bedtime. Feel the blast from the chocolate bomber, infrared aimed at your head like your name was Sarah Connor. Decapitation, I ain't hesitating to put you in a funeral home with a bullet in your dome. I'm hot like lava. You got a problem? I got a problem solver, and his name is Revolver. It's like a deadly game of freeze tag. I touch you with the 44 mag, and you're frozen inside a body bag. Nobody iller than this graveyard filler, cap pillar, cause I'm a natural born killer. Terror illustrates my era. Now I can't hang around my mama cause I scare her. I want the blast, motherfucker. Yeah, what's up? It feels like I'm busting a nut when I open you up, cause your body is exposed to the midnight mist. All weak motherfuckers give my ring a kiss, cause I'm giving dirt naps. Coming with them dumb ass raps to make your lungs collapse. Perhaps you never sleep, cause every time you doze, you catch blows to the motherfucking nose. Ain't seen the sun in 66 days. Let me count the ways in a fucked up maze. I never ever made a whole state, but I'm down with Drake like AC is down with OJ. So fuck how you living. I'm the unforgiving, psycho-driven murderer. It's organic, don't panic, I can't stand it. God damn it, schizophrenic. So fuck Charlie Manson. I snatch him out his truck, hit him with a brick, and I'm dancing.
Mass murderer, natural born killer, and I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die.
I don't understand the logic in my dreams, but I understand I like the sounds of sirens. Terrified screams from the strings of strychnine, dumping on any motherfucker trying to trick mine. Cause punk motherfuckers wanna violate. Now they stiff and cold and their pupils won't dilate. It's so much pain, migraine, headache, I can hear his bones break. He steps in a single door, got his ass whipped with 20 lashes like they do up in Singapore. So I'ma pull a fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. Now he's suicidal, just like Nirvana. Tick tock, tock, tick tock, tick. Dr. Dre and Ice Cube on some murdering shit, keeping niggas in order, making their life shorter, ready to slaughter. Cause to me a life ain't worth a quarter or a dime. Mushrooms got my mind hallucinating, ain't no debating. I'm creating an escape route to be out without a doubt. Scot free, so don't even think about trying to stop me, cause I can't wait, I'm out